Normalcy is as dead as the illusion of democracy, the illusion of progress. Most of what we call progress is painting over scars or wounds that are still gaping and bleeding with just thicker layers of paint and words used to disguise the project of annihilation, assimilation, erasure, replacement, and then to spit on the memory of what was. Destroying it wasn't enough. Wear it like a costume. Call your fucking baseball team the Redskins and the Braves and some other stupid shit. Henceforth, the Braves shall be known as the fucking cowards. And the Redskins shall be known as the fucking Trumpelstiltskins. You know what Rumpelstiltskin did in the fairy tale? He never did anything without making a deal. The art of the deal. There's one for you. Everything was gold. What did he do? Pricked her finger on a needle and enslaved her to weave and make him rich. That's Americanism. Rumpelstiltskin times a million. This is what happens. The grief moves through, and then the rage follows.
If I could rewind time, I'd knock a hole in the hull of every ship on England's shores, throw sand in the captain's eyes and take my stand. But I know I can't. All I've got to offer is deepest apologies from the bottom of my heart on behalf of my clan and the modern day American idiots who try to lead them. Fake white saviors in a cape saying make America great again. Just the latest greatest scam, as if it was back then, as we stole land and broke, enslaved or murdered every strong man with more melanin than stark white or light tan. Then took the children, beaten in boarding schools, languages taken away, renamed John and Jane. Look at the gravestones, died of heartbreak, died trying to run away, and they're still dying today. After another couple hundred years of family breaking, subjugation, dumping in lakes and rivers, we don't have blood on our hands, we're fucking swimming in it. Forced sterilization of native women, and still we lie to our children, as if Pocahontas fell in love with John Smith and wasn't raped like the land she was taken from. Fuck colonialism, fuck Columbus, fuck the empire. And if it was my great-great-grandfather, I hope he's burning in hell with Custer. Land-lusting motherfuckers, scout bounties and disgrace to humanity. God damn.
Grief doesn't scare me. Grief feels sacred. I embrace it. I need it. I can't hold all this in my cells anymore. This is me without a filter. And obviously, I know I'm not alone in feeling this, but when we're feeling it in isolation, and we put on a mask when we gather, it feels like carrying it alone. I've been so isolated. I've spent most of my adult life on my knees in the fields, churning all this over in my mind 1,000 times and 1,000 times again, trying to figure out a way to live with this, because I refuse to participate in a fake fucking society. Sorry excuse for a culture. Vacuous, vapid, narcissistic consumerism. What's the alternative? Working myself to exhaustion? Crying by the river, recording 1 million transmissions like this. 1 million is a slight exaggeration. A few thousand. Not sharing them, and then doing it again. That's my life in a nutshell. And I'm blessed. I'm so fucking fortunate. I'm privileged beyond. Child in Syria being bombed with our weapons. To be here, they would think they died and made it to Jannah. They're in paradise. It reminds me of that song, old emo song I used to listen to in like middle school, like 15, Armor for Sleep. I came down here to tell you it rains in heaven all day long.
wanna find you so bad and let you know I'm miserable up here without you. Miserable up here without you.
Yeah, it's an emo song to his girlfriend or whatever, but that's how I feel about the oppressed. None of us are free until all of us are free. And paradise is not paradise when I know that this sick nation we're a part of is slaughtering entire families in Palestine, starving Cuba, bombing Iran, while breaking the treaties here on Turtle Island, incarcerating black and brown people for profit, modern day fucking slavery.
So I know I'm so lucky, and sure, if I do me and just focus on daily life, paid work, poetry, or whatever, when I have a free minute, I could be fine, or kind of fine. When every day is unfathomable atrocities and we're pushing back against that, each from our own little corner of the universe or wherever, giving everything without stopping to refill the cup, is exhausting. So even though objectively I know my cup is more than half full, constant struggle against these systems without community to bring us back can leave me feeling deeply depleted. Like the cup is cracked. Is it even holding water anymore? Moments of potential joy can show up and pass me by like water off a duck. Like this, belting. It could be so beautiful. It is. But I don't want to paint over the bitter truths. I want to uproot them. I don't want to sing over the spirits of the land. I want to listen to them. Even if what I receive is this grief. Grief as deep as an ocean that threatens to drown me. How is any empathic person supposed to really rest or self-care or much less celebrate while we all kill kids? It's not just ICE and the IOF and Epstein, it's all of us. We are funding the fuckery. We've been roped in against our will. We are cogs in the wheel by default. We resist or we're complicit. That is existence at this point. And the average American attitude, this is no third world conflict. They're always going on. Let's ignore it, live your best life, is some narcissistic bullshit. That's not it. Our taxes are sharpening the knife that is slitting the wrists of little kids. Or more literally, is loading the gun held to their heads and paying the sociopaths pulling the triggers. This is on us. And regardless, even if I lived in Antarctica, I would feel compelled to do whatever I could possibly do. But I think I've been in denial for a while of my own humanness and human limits. I'm done. Because despite all of that, I've been finding out the hard way that part of needing this moment, this movement, which is not a moment, it's a marathon. This is lifelong. That means being well and staying strong, which means finding some kind of balance. I need friends or something, not whoever, friends who are allies and get it, or ways to train myself, force myself into taking real breaks, which is hard when things are so crazy, but necessary, so I don't end up totally burnt out. I leave myself empty.
Not a material. It's kind of empty too. I'm in debt like probably half of you. Farm work don't pay the bills. You kidding me? That's why they're not deporting all the immigrants. They're cutting deals with the farmers and the ranchers. Oh, you're responsible for them? Oh, those immigrants are useful tools for you and for capitalism? Okay, they can stay. They can stay. Who else is going to work that hard, that long, that fast for that low of pay. I tried. They worked me under the table. I couldn't even... And I'm still broken. I have no idea. Taking our jobs. Yeah. Fucking right. They're doing the jobs you won't do. That's what they're doing. That's why, despite those deals, those farmers are still complaining to the administration. Fuck that. The regime. Like, dude, you're taking our workers. We're in trouble. You're taking our workers. You think a bunch of white people are going to come out here and replace the immigrants? Dumbass. Human lives don't matter to them unless they benefit capitalism. This is the capital. This is the fucking Hunger Games. We're the capital. Yeah. The district that resisted got carpet bombed. It's Gaza. Y'all watch Star Wars, wear the Rebel Alliance on your t-shirt. The Rebel Alliance rises up in real life. You call it terrorism. Yeah, what do you think Luke Skywalker was? Radical left. Antifa. Domestic terrorist. Intergalactic terrorism. Alright. And come on here to talk about Star Wars. The Mandalorian, though, this last thing. Yeah, that's the resistance. Just so we're clear. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I can't stay isolated. Most of the gatherings that occur in this society, I can't participate in. I look like hell. What we hold within us will express itself through our bodies, one way or another. So I came here, I thought, maybe if there's anything I can connect with, it's something that my ancestors, Beltane, you know, they were like doing the whole thing around I told you that, with the ribbons. Sorry, I'm spacey at this point. So I came and I tried. And I sat there, and I stood barefoot, and we prayed to the directions. Didn't hear a land acknowledgement. Honestly, I've tried to research. It's hard to even find out what the indigenous presence here was. Free contact. You know, women of color are the most marginalized group overall in the world, in humanity, because even white women get raped by white men, mostly white men. Brown women, same thing. Even the leaders of liberation movements, not all men. Well, it's a fucking enough of them that women have to be on their guard around all men. Jackasses. Cesar Chavez led the immigrant workers' rights movement. Turns out he was a rapist. Jackass. Oh, it's worse. It's even worse because it's not just some random lowlife. He's not just hurting the woman he's hurting an entire liberation movement by undermining it, right? And after that came out, what do you think? The Republicans were rush. All right, pull all this shit down. We always wanted to do that. Now we have an excuse to, as if they care about rape. Huey Newton, I'll never quote him, one of the leaders of the Black Panthers. Turns out he was raping one of the teachers at the Black Panther school. There it is again, the dominoes of trauma. The white man against the brown man, and then he takes it out on the brown woman, and until you have brown women like Kamala and Marilyn blowing women in Palestine into bloody pieces. How's that for unity, Kamala? Yeah, we blame Biden. I blame Biden. Okay, but you had your chance. You had your chance. You had the fate of so many people in your hands. All you had to do was distance yourself from Genocide Joe. But no, you sold your soul like too many others. But I'm going to let that go for now because I dwell on that shit every day. I mean, I was about to say today is about something deeper than that, but there's nothing deeper than that. That's the current, present time manifestation of all this other stuff. It hasn't gotten better. It's gotten worse. And yeah, there's some things we could name, like some lands in California being returned to native stewardship and various things that, but it's like 1 step forward, 5 steps back. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna sit somewhere else, shift the energy.